All right, Juice, we're back with a new topic. What do you think?
Good morning.
Hi. What is today? Wednesday?
I don't know.
We used to record them all on Monday, but now we're spotty.
Yeah, Wednesday.
It is
I
Wednesday.
had to think about it, man. That surgery's got me messed up.
Percocets, baby.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
They work better than the Norco.
Work better than ibuprofen, don't they?
Yeah.
Norco's kind of light. It's like Jack Daniels, and then is like your Percocets, oxycodone and stuff, and then you got your Miller Lights.
Well, they were nice enough to give me the Percocets that are 10-325.
Well, you had a major surgery, man.
They take the edge off. I got to tell you,
you had a major surgery. All right, so we've talked about this before, but we're going to get into some vehicle tracker stuff today.
Oh God.
And we're going to talk about the different attitudes me and Juice have towards this.
Yeah.
All right. So I have kind of leaned towards not using them at all lately. All right. Because here's why. All right. The rule says that you can be guilty of digital stalking if you place a tracker on a piece of equipment or item. It can be anything that you do not own.
Right.
And the charges start at the time the device is found.
Right.
That's the part that freaks me out right there. Because say we put a tracker on, a woman hires us and we put a tracker on one of her cars that her husband's driving.
Right.
We're good as long as they're married, right?
Correct.
So say we don't recover that, and 6 months down the road after they're divorced, the guy finds it and then they subpoena the serial number and my name comes back on it.
Right.
All right.
I get it.
Would I get in trouble?
Yeah.
That's why I'm always about, hey, let's get these off here if we can.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now there's a felony version and a misdemeanor version. You know the differences?
No.
All right.
Because I think they're both there's mitigating circumstances.
Nobody's been charged under any of these yet,
right?
By the way, they're kind of new. But the felony one has to do with if you've got a protection order against you and you go place a tracker on some girl's car or guy's car or something like that. Right. And the other one is just doing it. It has to do with intent, right?
Right.
We have zero. Our intent's just to see where that car is.
Right.
We're not there to harass anybody. We're not there to stalk anybody. And stalking, by the way, they have to, you can only be convicted of stalking or charged with stalking if they ask you to stop. Do you know that?
Yes.
I read up on that. They have to say, hey, you're bothering me. Leave me alone and stop following me.
Right.
They don't even know we're there. So we're not stalking anybody. We're there for we might see them 2 or 3 times and we're done. So what do you think about trackers, Juice?
I like trackers. I like using trackers.
They make life easy.
They do. Sometimes they make or break a case.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had the recent one where the guy was hugged up with his girlfriend outside the restaurant and you got good footage right in front of your car.
Yeah.
We'd have never seen that if we didn't have a tracker on his car.
Absolutely not. He was pretty slick about everything. He just wasn't slick enough.
Passion took hold of him.
Yeah. And I was parked right in front of him.
I saw that footage and I was like, you can't get any better than that.
No.
I've got some good footage before. I had to zoom in. This was like, you could hear them.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
You could hear the
lip smacking.
We said at the same time. But you said I got him. I was like, okay, we'll see what I got. I looked in and I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah,
we got like 6 inches from him. So.
Yeah, I told you we got him.
And I sent that over to the lady. She goes, I think that's enough. I said,
yeah,
I agree.
You think? Yeah.
But there's a lot of money on the table on that one too. But I just don't like the idea of leaving them hanging out on cars, especially after they get divorced and then they find them later and
Well, I think that law is flawed.
It is bad. So
just in my opinion, because we're not doing it out of a malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it as an investigative tool, and there's mitigating circumstances. Mm-hmm. And at some point, this is going to come up in a case.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to get hit with it. Somebody's going to have to answer for it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be explained. There's mitigating circumstances if it's a private investigation company that really has no dog in the hunt. This is something that we use as an investigative tool, mm-hmm. and it wasn't there to stalk. It wasn't there for malicious intent. It was strictly for informational gathering for the case. That's it. Mm-hmm. And I think when somebody finally steps up that's going to be rewritten.
Some case law will supersede it.
There'll be a new case law over it.
Yeah. It says it does say clearly if you own the property, you can track it.
Right.
Now, here's another thing we would have on our side too. These things have a subscription. So say we had one we couldn't recover, but the subscription ran out while they were still married and all that, because we usually typically do the subscription for 30 days and it's over.
Yeah.
And we could always show our subscription ran out and all those things. But
again, mitigating circumstances.
Now we had one. Here's a good story. We had a case where it was a custody dispute. All right. And we never used trackers on those because nobody's married to each other.
Right.
Right. And the person we were following happened to find a tracker under her car. All right. And they subpoenaed, and for whatever reason, they just called me. So I advertise a lot. So when you Google whatever, my name pops at the top, my company name does.
Right.
And the police called me and they said, hey, we found a tracker and we think it's yours. And I said, hey, Mr. Officer, I'm not answering any more questions. But they did subpoena that tracker. And it came back to our client. Our client had put a tracker on that person's car without us knowing it.
Right.
So she had to answer for that. But and I thought that was interesting. I was thinking, we didn't put a tracker. I started asking investigators, did you slap a tracker on there? And they're like, no, we know we're not supposed to. And, but
and we have been asked very recently, can you put a tracker on that vehicle? And I've told clients, absolutely no, we're not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So we're not going to do anything that is against the law. We're above board on that.
Yeah. I don't like, standing in front of a judge on the receiving side.
No, it's been a while since I've stood in front of a judge. I don't care to do that.
It's kind of nerve wracking.
Yeah.
But yeah, trackers, they get all kind of models, right? So we use, the ones we use, if we do use them, are the Land Air C-54s that uses GPS to get a location, and then it reports via satellite.
Right.
All right. Very accurate. They're good little devices. Sometimes they freeze up, right?
Yeah.
They got magnets. We just stick them on the bottoms and on bumpers and those things. And the law applies to the tiles that you get from Apple.
Yep.
All right. Samsung has a version. Everybody has a version of it. I've seen those sewn into kids' backpacks.
Yep.
Those kind of things. Those things, now they report a little different. They hit Wi-Fi. They hit a Wi-Fi signal and they report a location. They don't have to be logged into the Wi-Fi either. It just picks up a location.
Yeah.
And
those air tags are pretty good, quarter size. I mean, they work great.
They're light and there's no battery.
Yeah. You won't know if it's there or not.
The ones we use now, the more they drive around, the more that battery.
Yeah. Because it's constantly pinging them towers. Yeah. So it drains the battery out.
Yeah. Well, we get them where they'll say, well, I'm going to take off to Philadelphia this weekend from Alabama, and it's dead by the time they get up there. And our clients are like, well, I thought they lasted forever. No battery lasts forever.
They do if you hardwire them in.
Yeah. That'd be pretty noticeable. So
yeah.
Yeah, you can hardwire those things.
Yeah.
If you got a fleet, you could put them on your fleet. But yeah, vehicle trackers, it can be a dicey subject sometimes.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're going to see this in court here in the near future. There's going to be case law on that.
Right. I've had it where I was questioned on the stand and I said, hey, we used the vehicle tracker to locate, and the opposition objected and said, he's not an engineer. He didn't build the device. He doesn't know the calibration and all this stuff. And the judge upheld it, and we couldn't use anything obtained with a tracker.
So I don't know why they don't come with a calibration certification on them.
Mm-hmm. They don't.
Everything I've used, say down at NASA and stuff, if it came in, it was calibrated, there was a certification to it, and that we could uphold in court at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
know why they don't come in like that.
It doesn't say anything. I know they have a standard of plus or minus 100 meters or whatever.
Right, but you don't get a calibration sheet with it.
Right.
That's one thing I wish came with them.
Now, one thing we did hold up in that was my eyeballs. I saw them with a video camera doing certain things, so that upheld in court.
Right.
So, but yeah, it can be touchy. We got people that want us to track their girlfriends, ex-wives, ex-husbands, and all those things, and we just can't do it.
Yeah. We'll say this one more time. We are not going to do anything illegal.
That was loud in my ear, Juice.
I know.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything illegal to get in either one of us put in jail. We're to protect the client and us. So
Exactly.
all right, that does it for GPS tracking. Did it?
It does.
Did it hit home?
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know. What are you talking about?
GPS trackers.
Yeah, that does it. We'll probably have another topic on that soon. It never ends. But
It'll be the case law topic next.
All right, we'll see. All right, we're going to sign off for now, but we'll be back here in a minute. Stop it, Juice. Hey, everybody, Macky here. I just wanted to go over our name change of our company. So this is the Hidden Threads podcast, but we also have a company. It was named Macky Outlaw Private Investigators. Now, with our expansion into other states and franchise owners buying into our franchise, we wanted to make it something where it's more of a team concept than just one person's name. Yep, that is my real name, Macky Outlaw. I get asked that every day. Hey, is that your real name? It is, in fact, on my birth certificate. But we have changed the name to ShadowNet. So the name comes from us working in the shadows for people all the time, and net for network, since we are a cyber forensics company. So we combine them together to ShadowNet Inc., and you'll see it on our advertisements and our Facebook page and other social media where you see it. So, yep, it's the same great company, same great results, just a different name, ShadowNet. Look for us on the web. Thanks.